What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Today we're going to be having a look at the brand new Legend Drake in some Pirate Rumble matches. Now, honestly, I don't think Drake is going to be seeing too much play in Pirate Rumble, but I'm interested to see what he's going to provide. So this is the team that we have built today. This is slightly different from my normal team in the fact that we've added Drake and also the fact that we have Vivi. Those two characters are typically not on my team, but I feel like considering what Drake does, I feel like Vivi might be a nice touch to add on top of it. So let's go ahead and break down what Drake does in PvP. His passive will give your strength allies level 2 CT increase, level 6 attack, and level 6 health. And those are all permanent. They're not time gated, which is pretty awesome. That's a great passive, honestly. It is just a shame that his special, I think his special is the weakest component of this unit. 25 CT is respectable, and it will target 2 enemies with high HP for 30% health cut, and then targets teammates in a large range for crit percent up level 7 and blow away percent up level 7, and then Dex enemies get a 70% chance of action bind for 10 seconds. So this is kind of like a win more. In my opinion, this is like a win more type of special, because if you're running a full strength team with like optimal units, this is typically not a special that you really require to really help you clear that content, right? So I really wish the special was a little bit better, but despite that, I think it's going to be a really good way to showcase his passive alongside some of the other characters here, and why I opted to use Vivi, who is a CT increase passive as well. So I believe with Drake and Vivi, we have level 7 CT for the whole team, and obviously the focus is to get Kid to launch his special as soon as possible, and ideally get Drake to launch before Kid's special launches to get some health cuts, which means that Kid has a higher chance of KOing the enemy. So I guess that's pretty much the breakdown of a strength team, and let's go ahead and find some opponents to take on. And obviously we're going to be taking on some Dex teams, because that is the goal of this team. So hopefully we find some good opponents today. So we found our first opponent, and this guy has a pretty good Dex-based team here, though I feel like Moria isn't a very good option on a Dex defense team. Very good offensively, but defensively, maybe not so much. I like the fact that he's got V2 Doflamingo as the bench character, makes a lot of sense, so he's hoping that he survives through a majority of the fight, and then Dofi comes in late game for a sweep. So hopefully we're able to get the job done here. I feel like we should be okay. So this is my first run through with this team, and I'm really hoping that we can see some good stuff today. I want to see high CT. I want to launch the specials as soon as we possibly can. Let's see this party started. Alright, so we've got level 7 CT increase for the whole team is so incredible. So hopefully we're able to launch our special very, very quickly. And they have CT down as well, so they shouldn't be launching their specials that quickly at all. We've got some really good debuffers as well with Kaku and also Toki's passive. I believe Arlong might also have it on our bench as well. Already getting the X Drake special. Huge 30% health cut, blow away. Oh, and the action bind. That is ridiculous, dude. Actually, dude, I may have underplayed Drake. You know, that action bind against a Dex like defense team, that legit might be kind of OP, because you can just get all your specials to launch. Look at this. That's so good. Okay. And then Vivi. A little bit of a special bind there on the Dalton. Wowzers, dude. I may have completely like underestimated Drake. That action bind was ridiculous, because it means that all of those characters have their you know, basically they're set to the bottom of the queue, which means that all of our characters get set up top, which means that we can launch our specials. It's actually pretty crazy. Drake's already getting another special activation launched as well, more crit and you know, blow away up as well. Kid unfortunately not getting his special. Kaku will get his, and also Toki will. This is good. Oh wow, and look at that. Almost in the first 50 seconds, Kid can launch his special twice. That's actually pretty ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Holy. So in the first, what is that, 56 seconds, Kid launched his special twice. That's kind of nuts. Kinda nuts, dude. That was an impressive showing from this strength team, especially Drake and Vivi together. Huge CT increase. That is absolutely wicked. So it looks like we found another opponent, and this is a pretty scary looking team. Once again, you've got the Zora on the bench, who's going to come in late game and hopefully do some good stuff for them. But also Groggy Monsters and Neko on the bench. I mean, Neko makes sense. It's so that Dogstorm can get his full special to activate. That makes perfect sense, though it doesn't really make that much of a difference here because Dog only hits quick enemies, if I remember correctly. Groggy monsters could actually hit pretty hard, but again, they're only a PvP rare recruit, so I'm not expecting much. So let's go ahead and get into this one. I'm very, very excited once again to see how this one's going to go. I really would like to come up against the Dex defense team with like Queen and like Law maybe, Hawkins, like really ultra defensive bulky characters, because we've seen a lot of offensively focused characters like, you know, with Lucci and Borsalino. I mean, Borsalino is pretty good in all facets because he provides offense and defensive capabilities for your Dex team. Moria is not very good in a defense team. Very good offensively against other quick characters though. So let's see. Already Drake launching his special. 30% health cut against Lucci and Moria. Action binding a bunch of them. That is so good. Do we get any special bind on them? No, okay, a lot of them must have blocked it. Toki's going to get the special as well, which will give us additional CT increase back to Drake and Vivi. And Kid will be able to launch his special whenever he's available. Bit of additional damage to the enemies there. And then Kid, hopefully, there we go. Oh my god. Absolutely destroyed them. Knocking out all 5 of them immediately. That is ridiculous. Drake almost has his special back once again. That is so good. Alright, so who's going to be able to launch their special? Drake is going to be our next character to launch a special. Zora's going to launch, but considering it's like there's a lot of time left, that is not going to do much damage at all. Some more crit and blow away. Zora does block the action bind, or he avoids it. Let's see if we get any special bind. We do not get the special bind either. Neko's going to get a health cut, but that really doesn't make that much of a difference here. Kaku is going to launch again. Toki is going to launch again. I don't think we're going to get Kid to launch again, though, because he won't get enough CT increase, unfortunately. But that's still very good. Very, very impressive showing here. Groggy monsters are going to hit pretty hard. And when I say pretty hard, I mean not at all, so that's completely okay. Alright, so when Kid comes back, he will get the kill, but that's fine. Normal attacks will get the job done as well. So that's great. We got pretty lucky considering all of them were bunched together, so Kid does an incredible amount of damage to just knock out the entire front row. Obviously, if we got a little unlucky and Kid was only able to hit 1 or 2 of them, that match would have been a lot more difficult for sure. But when you get all of them lined up, it's so impressive. This is exactly what I was looking for. I mentioned in the previous match that I was looking for an ultra bulky defense team with, and as we said, I wanted to see Queen and Law. We see them. We also see Brooke and Rayleigh. Those 2 characters also very bulky. A little bit of an odd choice to have Doflamingo on the front line. I probably would have switched the placements of Dalton and Doflamingo, but also once again, interesting to see him on the team nonetheless. I think even Zora might have been a better option in this team because Zora does provide boosts to all Dex characters, where I believe Doflamingo only provides boosts to driven characters. Not really too sure. Either way, let's see how things go here. Of course, we want to make sure that Drake is able to launch, which in most cases, he'll be able to launch before Kid, because he will give that 30% health cut, and it means that if Kid hits the same characters that Drake was able to health cut, that's going to be basically an instant knockout to those characters. Some extra defense down there, which is great. And then Vivi's going to launch as well. Hopefully we get some special bind. That would be fantastic to just stop them from launching their specials. Okay, Dofi and Rayleigh here with that special bind there. And then Drake. We want to see some action bind. Let's see. And we got Dofi and Law. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll take that. We'll take that. Okay, and then we get a little bit of more CT increase so that our characters will be able to launch their specials a little bit easier when they come back around. And there we go with the Kid special, knocking out the Rayleigh, but a couple of those guys actually were able to survive, which is pretty surprising. So this is going to do 5k fixed damage to... Who was that to? Well, that was to Vivi, and we get some action bind on Drake as well. So this is definitely a lot more difficult. Defense down's fantastic there, but our heavy hitters really is only Kid on this team. Let's see what Dalton's able to do. Actually, pretty good damage there. That's pretty impressive from him. And then Vivi, I think it targets all of them. Good damage there. No special bind. We did hit Dalton, but a little bit too late for that. And then we get Brooke with some recovery. That is very frustrating. Doflamingo doing pretty good damage, knocking out the Kaku. So this is actually getting a little bit scary right now. Okay, we want Kid to launch his special again, but now we've got some pretty good PvP rare recruits on the bench, so towards the late game, that's going to be pretty good. Bit more CT increase, so hopefully Kid's able to launch his special when he comes back. Another 30% health cut to 2 of those guys, some more crit and blow away, and another action bind to Law and Doflamingo. That's fantastic. Kid just missed his special activation. That would have been fantastic. At least we get Arlong to go. He does okay damage. Toki's not going to launch. Drake's not going to launch. Okay, but we will be able to... No, do not hit Kid. Okay, fantastic. Okay, that's good. And now Kid hopefully sweeps. Good, 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 good. And then there's Dofi left, which he really shouldn't be doing too much. Actually, he's going to launch. Oh, this is going to hurt. We block that. We block it. We eating it up. We eating it up. Scrumptious. Scrum diddly umptious. All right. What do we got here? We got VV. All right. That's no problems. That's no problems. Okay. That was definitely scary. But of course, this team was hyper focused on CT increase at the start of the match. Hopefully, wave clear them as soon as possible. These guys had a lot of HP, and that's exactly what Queen is able to do. That's why I wanted to challenge it just to see how it was going to go. Queen having so much HP means that obviously health cuts are going to be way more valuable against those types of characters. So despite the fact that it looked a little bit sketchy towards the end there, we still got the win, which is great. So in summary, is this a character that I would honestly use in Pirate Rumble? I mean, it really depends on the situation, but I think his passive alone is absolutely fantastic. It is a bit of a shame that he is a legend character in this sense, because it means that his cost is overall really, really high, because there are some characters that have more powerful specials that you would probably want to use over X-Drake in Pirate Rumble, but it was still awesome to showcase him in Pirate Rumble and show how good he actually is. So I think he actually is pretty solid, and depending on some of the other characters that you may have access to, I mean, especially characters like PvP Rare Recruit Cracker, and even the PvP Rare Recruit Sanderzonia, also a really, really good character as well. But honestly, this was a lot of fun to use a character like this. He's got a really, really cool passive, but that special is okay. It's okay. The action bind, when you get it to hit, is absolutely phenomenal, and I think that really is why you'd use him, is because he action binds on a relatively decent CT and a decently high chance, and that passive is just incredible, right? But anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video today, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.